Alright, so apparently some new GTA 6 information, leaks, whatever you want to call it, came to light a few days ago and it somehow got past me. Now, all of this information I'm getting from a YouTuber by the name of Adient. He posted a video a few days ago and yeah, I wouldn't have seen any of this information if I didn't see his video. So I'm going to link his video in the description. Now, I'm going to try to record all of this in one take or with as little edits as I possibly can. So forgive me if this video is a little awkward. So just starting off with the gameplay aspects, so 6-star wanted levels apparently will return. I wasn't too sure if it was in previous games. I think I did hear about it, you know, maybe a little bit, but wasn't ever too sure. I was really hoping though it would have 6 stars in this game because it'd be a really big missed opportunity if GTA 6 didn't have a 6-star wanted level. A relationship bar is mentioned in the 2022 leaks and apparently it still exists. Apparently it's gonna work like the honor system in Red Dead 2, which yeah, this kind of makes sense. I mean, I kind of expect a lot of things from Red Dead 2 to carry over into GTA 6 because it's, you know, Rockstar's last game. We really shouldn't try to compare anything or expect many things from GTA 5 to, you know, kind of carry its way over to GTA 6, if that makes sense. That game is almost 13 years old. Weight mechanics are going to be a thing. We've kind of seen this in trailer 2, with Jason lifting a lot of weights throughout the trailer. We also see Lucia kind of boxing, martial arts fighting, cage fighting, whatever you want to call it. So I think a lot of us figured that we'd be able to change our body size. I don't think it's going to be anything too dramatic. Like, I think it's San Andreas where you could literally just become like 300 pounds or something. I think it's more so like you're going to have a base character model for, you know, Jason and Lucia, and you can put some muscle onto them or lose maybe a little bit of weight, but I don't think it's going to be anything too dramatic. Explorable underwater areas with treasures and secrets. Yeah, we're in Florida, so I expect a lot of underwater activities and just water activities in general. I think boat culture is a really big thing in Florida, so yeah, I expect that. The trailer 2 scene where Jason buys beer is apparently gameplay. I actually said this was gameplay. It just looks like it, and I mean, yeah. Greet and antagonize is going to be in the game, so pretty much what was in Red Dead 2 where you can say hi to somebody or just make fun of them, that's going to be in GTA 6. Again, I expected this to be in GTA 6 because if it wasn't, I'd be kind of disappointed. It'd be a step down when it comes to, you know, NPC interactions. The character wheel has 3 options, so it's going to be solo Jason, solo Lucia, and dual protagonists, where Lucia and Jason can be controlled at the same time to rob together in open world. Some missions are also going to be started using the 2 of them at once. This one I don't understand too much. Of course, I understand just being able to switch between Jason and Lucia, but I don't really understand playing as both of them at the same time, or maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Let me know. Rectangle GPS with pink waypoints, so I guess pretty much like GTA 5. The map is square, rectangle, whatever you consider it. The waypoints in that game though are purple, but in GTA 6 the whole vibe of it has the vibe of, like, you know, pink and Vice and all that. Neon, so it's gonna be pink. Jason apparently is gonna have a Deadeye-like ability which slows down time and reveals weak spots. Lucia can also do it, but only one shot, and apparently the source said that this is super bad and they really hope that it gets changed. It's apparently meant to show how Jason is a better shot than Lucia due to his time in the military. People will react to you having your gun out. This makes sense. I believe this is in GTA 5. Driving is the best it's ever been. I'm glad, if this is true, I'm glad this is the case. GTA 5's driving isn't bad at all, right? But I think it could definitely have a little bit of a better feel to it. I think, you know, I've never played GTA 4, but I've seen it. I think it needs to be a mixture of GTA 5 and GTA 4's driving. Not too realistic, but not too arcadey. So I'm sure they'll find somewhere in the middle. Gore and dismemberment is being built off of Red Dead 2. So, you know, makes perfect sense. Again, a lot of things are going to carry over from Red Dead 2. I'm pretty sure, you know, if you shoot somebody with a shotgun in the head, their hair will blow off. I fully expect to be able to do that in GTA 6. Limited weapon system will return. You store your weapons in the trunk. We've seen this in trailer 2. I think we've seen this in trailer 2. I know for sure on Rockstar's website when they posted everything, all the character descriptions and screenshots, at the very end of their website is Jason and Lucia opening a trunk, taking out their pistols, then closing it, kind of showing that that's kind of gonna, oh my god, that's kind of how the gameplay aspect, you know, using your weapons is gonna be. So I guess your car is gonna be your inventory, kind of, right? You put all your weapons in there. If you're in a mission, maybe you'll be able to go back, pick some weapons, switch your weapons, and go back to the mission. Or just at the start of missions, really big missions, heist, you know, open your trunk, pick whatever you want, and that's what you have to stick with. Though I'm hoping it's not like 2 weapons or even 3 weapons, though I think 3 weapons would be like the sweet spot, if you want to call it. I've kind of been saying that. I think they should have, if we're gonna have limited weapons, I think give us 5, right? A pistol is what you'll have in the very beginning of the game, but as you go on, you're gonna want to have an assault rifle, shotgun, SMG, RPG, grenades, grenade launcher, all that stuff, right? So don't limit us to 3 weapons to the point where we can only have, a pistol, a shotgun, and 1 RPG. I think give us a little bit of leeway. It also does make sense because we did see this in the 2022 leaks where I think it was both. It was Jason and Lucia where they had weapons over their shoulder, kind of like in Red Dead 2. I believe they were only holding like 2 weapons, but we don't know if that's going to be the case. As for characters, Donnie, who's Jason's friend who works for Brian, is described as a freak. I don't believe we know who Donnie is. I don't think we've seen him in trailer 2. I mean, it's possible we saw him in trailer 2, we just don't know who he is, but I don't think we had a character description of him on Rockstar's website. Moving on to the map, so once again, it's just going to be an island surrounded by water. I mean, I don't think I really expected anything other than this. Because what are you going to do? You're going to have the map connected to a whole other city, with a bridge and everything. That'd be a lot of work. Let's be honest here. The map is already probably like 3 times as big as GTA 5 map. That's kind of what it looks like. Trying to connect it to another state or another city, I think that'd just be too much work. No panhandle, enterable shopping malls, and skyscrapers with lifts. Now, I'm really glad, we're apparently going to have enterable malls and, buildings. Really for the malls, mainly because, with GTA 5, it was missing, that's like the main thing it was missing was random side activities, like being able to go into a mall. There was like one mall in the game you could not go into at all. You could drive like under the tunnel that went through it, and that's it. And as for the skyscrapers, apparently, I think when he says lifts is gonna be, he means elevators. So if you can go in these buildings, if it has elevators, let's just start there. If it has elevators, you're probably gonna be able to go in it. And if you can go in it, in these elevators, meaning these buildings will have other will have other rooms that you can go inside and see people doing activities. Maybe you yourself are doing activities. That would be a lot of work though. So that one's a little questionable. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these, or not a lot, a few of these things on these lists I find a little questionable. Oh yeah, I should say that all this information is from the same person who correctly guessed Jason and Lucia's last name before all of this information was released to the public. His source is the same source that gave him that information. Obviously, this guy didn't just guess their last name being Caminos and Duval. Like, you could guess it if it was like Smith and Rodriguez, right? I'd believe that, but Caminos and Duval, I wouldn't believe that you guessed that. So yeah, he says it's the same source, right? The same person that told him their last name. He doesn't believe everything, even himself, on this list. Like the game having 700 plus shops and stores, that could be a stretch, though I wouldn't, put it past Rockstar. This being, again, like I said, it looks like 3 times as big as GTA 5's map. It says this is apparently going to be the, most interiors of a major open world game. Now for the story and the missions, he doesn't want to spoil too much here, he says, but the game has chapters just like Red Dead 2. Apparently it has 5 chapters in total, and every shot from trailer 2 were all from chapters 1 through 3. And this was something I kind of figured, like, everything from trailer 2 you could piece together. Like, if you had a scene from 1 minute in trailer 2, you could piece it together, connect it to a scene in 20 seconds into trailer 1. They didn't show too much, but they showed enough. It was, like you said, chapters 1 through 3. I'd believe that. Next up is cut / not existent content, so no nude sex scenes. Forget GTA 6, I'm never buying this game. Nah, I'm playing. Listening to music outside of a car apparently isn't a thing. This one, I don't believe, really, I'm be honest. Not only because I feel like it wouldn't be that hard for Rockstar to do, but I feel like people are really expecting this one, and they know people are expecting it, so they kind of want to make sure it's going to be in the game. Also, looking over to, trailer 2, specifically for Jason, you see him lifting weights a couple times, right, and just working out. Same thing with Lucia with her boxing and martial arts. That we're assuming is going to be in the game, right? We even have in this leak, you'll be able to change your physique in the game. We see that in the trailer. Same thing with the beers and everything. You'll be able to go to the store, physically pick up stuff and leave, pay for it and leave. I mean, you don't have to pay for it probably, it's Grand Theft Auto, but you get what I mean. So taking that, just that kind of general idea and, applying it to this right here, Rockstar on their website posted a whole bunch of screenshots. One of them was Jason and Lucia at a pool, and, mainly the main focus is in Lucia, and she has AirPods in. Now, I'm assuming whatever they're doing at the pool is probably just chilling, right? We'll probably be able to do that. Since they show that she has AirPods in, I'm assuming we're going to be able to use AirPods in the game to listen to music. I don't think it's just going to be a stylistic choice. So this one, I don't believe too much. And then he says prone was cut a while ago. I believe in, the leaks in 2022, we saw that you're going to be able to at least, I don't know about crouch, but prone, so lay flat on the ground. If it's true that they removed this from the game, I'd be kind of disappointed because I feel like this would really help the gameplay loot. We don't want the gameplay to be very similar to GTA 5 where it's just running, shooting, press a button to take cover, and that's it, right? Having a prone ability or a crouch ability or having the ability to do so, I feel like would really, not really, but change the gameplay loop enough to the point where it doesn't feel exactly like Red Dead 2 or GTA 5. Now, this one actually makes me kind of mad. I mean, like, we don't know for sure, right? But if it's not in the game, I'd be pretty mad. Dual wielding weapons is not in the game. It's in Red Dead 2, so why wouldn't it be in GTA 6? I mean, I'm assuming if they cut some gameplay mechanics from the game, that it's in the best interest of the game and that, they couldn't do it for specific reasons. But not having dual wield in GTA 6, man, that's kind of crazy. And then there's apparently no Disney World parody in the game, which I think we heard around the time of the leaks back in 2022. There was going to be some sort of parody of Disney World. Again, this kind of goes back to the open world being like, not feel lived in, because Rockstar doesn't have that problem, but being able to do activities like I want to be able to go on a roller coaster, and do all these crazy things. You could do that in GTA 5, but that was about it. When you can go on the pier, you can go on a roller coaster, and I think that was it. But I mean, again, if they don't put it in the game, maybe it's just in the best interest of the game. But also going back to the fact that I don't believe everything that's on this list. I'm assuming a few of these things that we've seen, like we could kind of prove that some of these things are true, but again, some of these things we can't exactly prove to be true or not true. And then lastly, there's no burglary mini game. So I'm assuming he's talking about just being able to, I don't know, go into people's houses and things like that and rob them, steal stuff, whatever. For me, this was a big deal, I'm not gonna lie, but I guess it's always been a stretch because think about it, being able to go into a bunch of people's houses and just rob them, steal their possessions. Like, does that sound realistic even for Rockstar Games? That take a lot of space, a lot of time and effort, man. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, don't take everything here at face value, or just don't believe anything here completely. Take it with a grain of salt, as they say. Of course, I think we can believe a lot of these things to be true just because, this source told us the last names of Jason and Lucia. It's the same person. So, I mean, but again, it's not from Rockstar, so don't believe everything. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like the video if you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.